Hello, welcome to Yoga with Rach. I'm Rach, thank you for joining me today. We're currently in Morocco for my yoga and surf retreat, so I thought I would make the opportunity of filming it from our lovely Shala. So coming down to sitting, finding a comfortable seat, whether that's crossing the legs or placing the feet onto the mat with the knees bent, the hands might be resting on the shins, or sitting up nice and tall with the hands in the lap or on the knees, closing the eyes as you bring your awareness to your breath. Bringing your awareness to the wave of your breath. See if you can really be aware of the flow of the breath at the back of the throat. Focusing on that beautiful whisper as though you're releasing a soft sigh, or you might hear the breath as though it's the waves crashing up against the shore. Staying with your breath as we start to link the movement of the breath for our waterfall arms. Scooping the hands forward as we inhale, reaching the arms up over the crown. Exhale, bend into the elbows, releasing the arms, the hands over your crown. Shoulders, the chest, the belly, back into the lap as you inhale, reach the arms forward and up. Exhale, bending into the elbows, releasing the hands, the arms over the crown. Shoulders, chest, the belly. A few more rounds. Inhale, reach the arms forward and up. Exhale, releasing the arms, the hands all the way down to the lap. Twice more. Inhale, reach the arms forward and up. Exhale, releasing the arms all the way down into the lap. Last one with your breath. Inhale, reaching forward and up. Exhale, releasing the arms all the way down. Placing the hands onto the knees, or if you've got the feet on the mat, hands on the shins. Gently pulling the body forward, round in one direction as you pull the body back, tucking the chin to chest, pulling forward into the other direction. Keeping your awareness of the breath, you might not be directly moving with the breath. Finding that circular movement, releasing the lower back, or finding this sort of spiral from the crown of the head all the way through the spine down to the tailbone. You notice the direction you're moving in. When you're ready, pause and changing direction. can stay on the knees, the shins. We might bring one hand to the belly, one hand to the heart as we gently tuck the chin to chest. Releasing the hands to the mat, finding your way into tabletop. Hands underneath the shoulders, bring the fingertips nice and wide so you're activating through the back of the knuckles, the palms of the hands, knees, feet hip width apart, tucking under the toes, lifting straight on up into downward facing dog. So at least to begin with, we might keep the knees really bent, heels really lifted, just to take the hamstrings out of the equation and focus on drawing the shoulders back, lifting the tailbone high, finding that length in the spine. You might gently wiggle and release the tailbone, the hips. You might start to pedal through the legs, pushing one heel down towards the mat as you straighten the leg and change the sides. Moving your awareness with the breath, pausing whenever you need to, whether that's coming down into tabletop for a few rounds of cat curls, or pausing completely in child's pose. So we're going to have a little check-in with the hips and work with a down dog splits variation. So come on up into your downward facing dog. Doesn't matter if you start with the right leg or the left leg. We're going to step the feet together, inhale, lifting one leg back and up into our down dog splits. Gently bending the knees over, trying to kick the tailbone. Keep the shoulders back, the tailbone high, downward dog, and have a go of drawing the knee in towards the belly. Push it out, around and up. Drawing the knee in towards the belly, pushing it out, round and up. So finding those circles with the knee, keeping the knee bent, but we're creating that movement from the hip joints. Check that you're not leaning over to the other side. Check you're not holding your breath. When you're ready, you can extend the leg back and up. Lower the leg down. You might pause in child's pose or tabletop for some cat curls, or straight away changing sides. So lifting the other leg up, bend the knee, keeping the body in downward dog, so not pulling the shoulders forward as though we're moving from downward dog into plank. And having a drawing the knee in towards the belly and pushing it out, round and up. Focusing on the breath. Whenever you're ready, stretching the leg back up, lowering the leg down, and have a pause, whether that's for some cat calves or drawing back down for a few breaths in child's pose. Coming back up into downward dog if you were pausing. And we're going to have a go with lifting one leg, backing up into that down dog splits, bending the knee. This time as we bring the knee into the belly, pull the shoulders forward, finding that hovering plank or knee to belly plank. Drawing back and up, extend and stretch the leg back up. And pulling forward. So you might find that as you draw back and up into down dog splits, you're inhaling. And as you pull forward, knee to belly plank, you're exhaling. Changing sides whenever you're ready, lowering the leg down. You might pause in between or go straight to the other side to extend the leg back and up, down dog splits. Drawing the knee into the belly, pull the shoulders forward, finding knee to belly plank. I'm going to do this once or twice on each side. When you're ready, have a little pause, either in child's pose or into tabletop. Maybe you're coming back into those cat calls, or even checking in with the wrists now for some wrist stretches. Coming back on up into downward facing dog. Stepping the feet together. Inhale, lifting the right leg up, down dog splits. Exhale, draw the knee into the belly. Pull the shoulders forward, find your plank. Inhale, drawing back and up, down dog splits. Exhale, draw the knee to the belly. You might stay here or try to bring the right knee over to tap the right arm. Inhale, down dog splits. Exhale, draw the knee to belly. We might try to twist and find the left arm. Inhale, down dog splits. Exhale, knee to belly plank. Have a little hover and bring the right knee down in between the hands. Bring the left knee down. Maybe we can stretch the left leg back, finding our pigeon pose. So yogi's choice, we might stay here and focus on our back bend as we lift the chin, roll the shoulders down the back. We might fold forward over the leg, drawing forehead down to the mat. Use the support of a block or the hands, the arms if you need to. Or we might have a little check-in with those left hip flexors and left quad muscles as we twist to the left and see if we can lift the left foot as we bend the knee. That might be enough. We might reach back and try and find the heel, the toes, top of the foot, elbow starts to bend, top of the foot, elbow really bends, we bring the heel in, or have a go with our mermaid pose. Maybe we can find the elbow crease of the left arm, raising the right arm up and over, and finding that bind. So you might have a go with all the variations, or some of the variations, or one variation, listening to your body. When you're ready, hands on the mat underneath the shoulders, tuck under the left toes, lift the left knee, push with the hands at left foot, bring the right knee into the belly, draw back and up, down dog splits, extend that right leg back and up. Exhale, right foot to left. Inhale, left leg lifts, down dog splits. Exhaling, bringing the knee into the belly, pull the shoulders forward, knee to belly plank. Inhale, drawing back and up, down dog splits. Exhale, pull forward, maybe knee stays to the belly, or we can bring left elbow over to left arm, maybe they tap. Inhale, down dog splits. Exhale, pull it through, maybe we stay knee to belly, or we can bring left arm, left knee over to right arm. Inhale, down dog splits. Last one, exhale, drawing the knee to belly, have a little hover. And place the left knee down in between the hands, lower the right knee down, we might extend that right leg back. And again, yogi's choice, we might lift the chin, find our back bend, roll the shoulders down and away from the ears. We might walk the hands forward, drawing forehead down to the mat, or use a block of the arms for that support. Or checking in with the right leg, those hip flexors, as we twist to the right. We can bend the right knee, maybe we're not reaching the foot, maybe we find the heel, the toes, top of the foot, starting to bend the elbow, or drawing heel all the way to the hip. Or coming into our mermaid pose, finding the elbow crease, maybe that left arm lifts, and we find that bind. When you're ready, hands on the mat underneath the shoulders, tuck under the right chest, lift the right knee, push through the hands, that right foot to bring left knee to belly. Inhale, all the way back up, down dog splits. Exhale, bringing left foot to right. Have a few breaths, just walking through the leg, wiggling the tailbone. When you're ready, come all the way down, have a little pause in child's pose. Slowly coming back up into downward facing dog. Stepping the feet together. Inhale, right leg lifts, down dog splits. Open the hips, you bend the knee. Exhale, bring the knee all the way into the belly. Have a little hover as you pull the shoulders forward. We're going to place the right foot to the outer edge of the mat. And then we can wiggle the foot in as we bring the right hand closer to the left, finding our lizard lunge. So we've got a few variations to have a play with here in our hip opener. We might bring the left knee down and stay here, just gazing forward. We might keep the left knee lifted. We might have a go with walking the hands forward and starting to tuck the chin to chest, looking to the back foot, or we might even round through the spine through the lower down, bringing forehead or the crown to the mat. Or if we're feeling a bit more adventurous or confident, we might have a go with threading the right arm under the right leg and wiggling the right foot towards the left hand. So we might stay here, or we can see if we can have a go with shifting the body weight forward, wiggling the right foot closer towards the belly, bending into the elbows as that right foot lifts, maybe the left foot lifts for our flying lizard pose. So find the variations or variation that feels right for you in your practice where you're at on the mat right now. If you're having a go with the arm balance, don't force it. A few more breaths when you're ready. We can step straight on back into downward dog. Have a little wiggle around through those feet as we're then going to change sides. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, bend the knee. Drawing knee into the belly, have a little hover and plank. So we're going to step the left foot to the outer edge of the mat, bringing the hands together. So your choice, we can stay with the knee lifted or bring the knee down, lifting the chin, gazing forward. We can walk the hands forward, starting to tuck the chin to the chest, looking back. Maybe we can fold down, bringing forehead or crown the head to the mat. Or we might be exploring our flying lizard. So we're going to bring that left arm under the left leg to place the hand to the outer edge, walking your left foot towards the right hand. And the foot might start to lift already. Shift the weight forward, just bend into the elbows and see if your right leg lifts. lying lizard pose. Have a play. Don't have to be there for long. And when you are ready, take your time as we step back into downward facing dog. Your choice, find your way down to sitting. So we might move into child's pose, sweep the legs round. We might have a little hop forward to sit down on the mat. So we're going to come into bound angle pose, Baddha, bringing the soles of the feet together. Drop the knees wide, find this nice diamond shape with the legs. You might be using a chair, a bolster, pillows, cushions, blocks, if your forward fold isn't very deep. So just be mindful of how far you can naturally and comfortably go. Use the support if you need to. As we lift the chin, nice big inhale, exhale, folding forward, drawing your head down to that supported surface. So use a bolster, a brick, cushions, pillows, or we might find the feet. You might pause here, or if you're ready to release the pose, slowly coming up, extending the legs out in front of you, letting the feet relax, hands might rest on the belly, or they might fall softly away from the hips, palms facing up and down, or down, tucking the chin to chest, lying on the back of the head, not the crown, closing the eyes, bringing your awareness back to the breath as we release down for Savasana. You might pause here for even longer, or if you're ready to, just slowly bringing your awareness back to the breath. If you start to invite movement into your body, moving the fingers, the toes, gently stretching the arms, the legs, gently bringing the knees in towards the belly, wrapping the arms around the legs, give a little hug. Blinking the eyes open, bringing your awareness back into the room, and very slowly find your way up to sitting. So thank you very much for joining me for this little hip opening flow. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, do give the video a thumbs up, share it with your friends, leave me a comment in the comment section below. If you have got any requests, though, I'm trying to put a few class plans together for the requests I've had already. If you haven't, do hit the subscribe button, and I'll pop a few more links to my other videos that focus on working with the hips. Thank you very much, and namaste.